Having order, management, and structure in a household is how to create that healthy living that you've wanted. And a lot of the times you look at how you live. Are you happy with the way that you live? Do you think that you can improve with the way that you live? If so, then how? And the answer comes with order, management, and structure. Setting roles for a household can bring more order to a household. When you set roles, that means that is something that you will abide by. There are some people with roles that are a little bit different from others. In the example, one of the roles that I have is before I eat a meal, before I eat a snack, I have to do at least 50 push-ups before I can eat a snack or a meal. So that is because maintaining health is very important. And I have been abiding by that. Actually, my brain injury was hurting a little bit while doing that role, but it's the role of a household. Another major rule of the household is do not sin, do not seek sin, and focus on having a moral to everything that you do. So in the example of having a family foundation is a moral, so spiritual family and brethren and sisterin and intimacy and the bonding as well. So having that order is majorly important. Now, management is another thing, and sin is something harmful in any way, shape, or form. So the definition for something bad is harmful in any way. So when it comes to harmful things, that goes for your words. Do not say harmful words. Always try to say things in specific ways that are better. Now, there's sometimes you have to put your foot down, but just do not decide into harmful words, harmful thoughts, or harmful actions, harmful to you or others. Do not decide into harmful things. So that's the rules of the household. Another thing with having order to a household is having proper chores. And you have to accomplish certain chores in the day, and you make a list. Making a list of chores is important, like the body, the household, and the outside responsibilities. Those are the three categories of responsibilities every single day: the body, the household, and the outside responsibilities. So those are the daily responsibilities. Those have to be handled. Making sure that your vehicle is clean, your household is clean, making sure that things are clean, neat, and organized. So with proper management of a household is managing decisions, whether if you're budgeting your money for the month or the week, or whether if you're budgeting certain things. Budgeting is a part of management as well, but budgeting and management is a little bit different. Like managing your words is not the same as managing your finances, correct? Unless you get finances from your words, which would be like amazing. But management with words is more of when you have a limited amount of time to say something that you need to say. Manage the summarization of what you truly seek and desire to say there, but make sure not to say anything sinful. Make sure to manage your thoughts correctly. Say what you seek and desire to say in the best ways possible. You always want to find the best ways of saying, thinking, and doing things. And that's a part of management as well. Management is not only money. Managing is what you say, what you think, and what you do. You want to say, will I manage my thoughts to be negative? Will I manage my emotions to be negative? Or will I manage my emotions and my thoughts and my words and my actions to be focused and devoted to a better purpose? And so management goes with your words, your thoughts, and your actions as well. Making time for gratitude is a part of time management. When you manage your time to do things that makes you happier. And part of financing management, I do want to say that I think that a lot of people need help with managing money. So, I survive on below average income. So you possibly wonder, how in the world do you do that? How do you afford food and afford other things? Well, here's the thing. This month, I'm only spending $97 on food only, and that's it. And then you say, whoa, how could a person survive on $97 for an entire month of food? Well, here's the thing. I'm on an all rice diet, and then I also have gotten these. So I get rice. A 20-pound bag of rice is only like $20, $18 to $20. So that 2 bags of a 20-pound bag of rice can last a person for a month. So just $40 can last you an entire month, just by survival basic rice. So then we have like the vegan, gluten-free, and low-sugar protein mix. This has 20 grams of plant protein. This is vegan, gluten-free, and low sugar. I'm so glad that they had this at the store. This is absolutely incredible. And I do recommend vegan, gluten-free, and low sugar items. Dieting is a part of management as well. How do I do health-wise? Well, I do great. I do 50 push-ups before every snack and every meal. And I've done 150 push-ups today. Now, on the last 50 push-ups, my brain injury started to hurt, but I like sat down for a while and let, the pressure like do better, and I started to do better. But a lot of neuroscientists say that the best kinds of brains are the physically active brains when you're doing exercise, daily exercises. And I do a little bit of some yoga poses as well in my day to help with the exercise. So I do like to exercise a lot. I do have to be aware of my brain injury, but I do know that doing exercising is a good part of time management. Some people may not be the weight that they want to be. They're like, why am I not gaining more muscle and losing fat when I'm eating healthy? I'm doing a little bit of exercising, walking a little bit. Well, how about putting like a push-up requirement before you eat? At least 50 push-ups per meal. At least 50 push-ups per meal, or you could, or snack. Or you could do like, I'm going to walk at least half a mile before I'm allowed to eat the food. You have to have self-discipline. In order to have proper management to a household is to have self-discipline as well. And so self-discipline is when you're very strict on yourself. You say, this is the way that it's going to be. And it's not going to be that way unless the requirements are met. And so that's a part of self-discipline. If the requirement is 50 push-ups and suddenly you start hurting and you only do 20, okay, wait a little bit until you can do the rest. Then that's how that requirement would be met. Now, strictness and self-discipline is something that can help strengthen a household, but teaching how to have better order, management, and structure to life is definitely something that is very important, that can bring also an awareness, because there are some people that struggle with having management in their household, and especially when they have little kiddos running around and they're not being as strict as they should be on the kiddos, making sure that they have a list of chores to do, and not just having them do the chores without understanding the morals. See, as a parental figure, you must teach them why you have to do those things. Think in the example, when I do the dishes, I do singing. I sing doing the dishes, right? Because doing the dishes is not always fun, so when you're singing and doing the dishes, it makes it more fun. And so just teach them why you have to do the dishes. If you do not do dishes, you could get sickness, you could get a disease. Just telling them that you could get a disease without washing your dishes can help them understand the importance of why you have to do those dishes. Now, when you have kids in a household, oh my heavens, well, you definitely have to be very strict. You have to be more strict than what you would on yourself. And, at least 50 push-ups per meal, I think the kiddos should do as well. But as adults, if we do not exercise, then our bones can get weaker, and as we age, if we do not keep physically active and we're letting ourselves get fat, what ends up happening is you end up getting very unhealthy. And, If you do not start exercising and get fit and health, then that becomes a problem. You have to build the muscle. We have to let ourselves get muscular like a bodybuilder. You know, focus on those fine line details of muscles. And doing fasting is something that I do. I do fasting. And today I've ate several of the protein meal bars, which is the vegan, gluten-free, and low sugar Lara bars. And those are pretty good. But I personally like to do fasting because I was telling the spiritual realm today, I said, stop recommending food all the time because, and had a big lecture yesterday about that. Food is like a reward. After you get done accomplishing, then you eat the food. Why? Because the food is like the treats. Like you're giving yourself treats. Like, oh, you do this, oh, good, you get treats now. You're training yourself, you know, and the treats are for training. So after you're done with the accomplishments, then you get the treats. There again. But as far as, and that's just a part of self-discipline, you know, with training yourself to do things. But as far as fasting goes, fasting is proven to be very well, but do not do it too less and do not do it too much, because there is sometimes where your brain requires to have a certain amount of protein and nutrients. And you all know what vitamins and protein are for from the sing-along songs on the channels, Brave Warriors. And you all, I need to get on those top 10 billboards. If you want to nominate me for the Grammys, nominate me for the Shorty Awards, I would be greatly appreciated in that. I would literally be the first educational teacher that I've ever even known to get an award for educational songs, because those other songs are not educational. I personally have never in my entire life heard an educational song on the radio. So I would be like the first person, I think, that I've ever known in history to get rewards for education, which is sad because teachers should be very appreciated. Like when you hear the vitamin song, vitamin A helps to repair the vision and immunity. Thiamine converts carbohydrates into energy. Vitamin B6 helps with the immunity, brain, and the system of the nervous. Vitamin B6. Vitamin B12 helps the nerve and blood cell health. Folates help the cells divide, also known as vitamin B9. Then we have the hormones sing-along song. Thyroid hormones. Hormones are natural chemical substances that helps to better operation from growth to metabolism, moods, and emotions. The paracrine effect helps with targeted cell communications to create cell changes to the cells and the surroundings. The pituitary gland in the brain helps the growth hormones regulate. Thyroid hormones stimulate to tell the glands for more to make, also known as TSH. As we show our very best, thyroid hormones are located on the neck. Thyroid hormones stimulate metabolism, blood pressure, and heart rate. Insulin controls blood sugar levels. And see, that's super fun. That makes education so fun to have sing-along songs. And hey, you all, if you like my songs that are educational, please, please promote. Okay, those kids, listen to me. Worldwide, there are kids getting exposed to unacceptable things worldwide at this current moment. And you all could be helping those kids to give them something that is promoted that is more healthy for them, which is the educational songs that I have. Now, I don't know anybody who's doing that. So I'm like the only person that's trying to make education popular that I know of. And it's just not something that people are investing into. But here is the thing. What are they investing into? Why are they investing into bad things when they know that it's putting children at risk? When they know it's putting people at risk? And suddenly people are complaining about not having order in the world. And a big part of it is what the people are investing into. I'm telling you, if the people knew how much power that they have together, I mean, you just might as well come up with your own community controls, you know, to where the community controls the planet, which practically they do, but they just do not realize it because a lot of the times everything's random. So everybody's like, oh, just randomly invest. No, it should not be randomly invest. It's like, hey, let's come up with a community control system where we're practically controlling the world, right, by controlling the influencers of who gets popular and who does not, right? Because that's really what needs to happen. But I'm saying that you all have the power. You may not know it, but just by giving a like to the video, promoting the video in any way that you can, that is helping to practically create a person to be an influencer, right? And so I'm telling you all that there's a lot of things that are getting popular that are putting children at risk. So to have something that is appropriate and good for children is something that should not be ignored. I'm actually having a record low number count on my channel that I have not had since I started my channel many years ago, which is strange. It's actually very abnormally strange to have a record low number on my channel. You know, because I had advertised, I paid to advertise, and I am, you know, planning in the future to do more advertisements, Google advertisements, and other things. And I've gave you all permission. If you all want to donate to me, but you don't know how to do it, or you do not want to like do it unless you know where it's going or whatsoever else, and you know that I invest very wisely with everything that I invest into. But what I'm saying is that if you want to donate to me and you don't know how to do it, well, just go to googleads.com and click the video that you want to promote, put share on there, get the link to that, and put that on Google advertisements. I do give permission for you all to advertise my videos. But all you have to do is click the share button, get the link to the video, and but I do not give permission for people to repost, like to download my video and post it on there, because then that's taking my copyright. But like, do not post my videos as far as, but you could put the share button and get the link to the videos and put that onto the Google advertisements. I do give permission for that, but not for people to post my videos without my permission, you know. But the sharing the video, I do give permission. I do give permission for people to do. You just click the share button, you get the link to the video, and you can put a post on there saying your thoughts about the video, or, you know, making a vlog, you know, a blog about the episode or whatsoever. You can make a blog in the comments. But with understanding that what really controls the world is what the people invest into, right? And so our educators of the world really do make an impact, but the problem is it's not getting on the radios. That's not getting on, you know, the famous things. What's getting famous is the people that they choose to be a higher influence. Because when you're listening to songs on the radios, when you're listening to things on iTunes or whatsoever, it's not just that you're listening to it, you're contributing one view more than what that had before. Okay, and what that means is when you do that, you're promoting that in a way. So that's why do not view something unless you agree with it, right? Because just as soon as you view something, you are contributing. But a part of management of the planet is understanding that you, the people, just as the viewers, okay, have a very, very big partake on who becomes influencers, right? Okay, so I want you all to be very wise of who you pick, you know, because there's a lot of things on the planet that's becoming very concerning. But having educational songs that I'm trying to get popular, I thought, I look at the songs, I listen to the songs, and I'm like, why am I not on the top 10 billboards? You know, it's not registering to me. I partnered with a company one time to help promote my educational songs, and it's the Brand Artist Coalition in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I posted my song album there. I had to pay them to post my song album, right? I had to pay, right? Usually it's the opposing where they pay me, but anyway. Always have a moral in life. That is the moral of this, is having a moral, having order, having management, and having structure. We the people manage who becomes popular in this world. We the people have the power to create influencers. We the people have the power to do so much more than what we ever thought. But here is the thing. When you all, as the viewers, do not understand the power of we the people, that's when you're not understanding the order that we all could put in this planet. Excellent. Processing is very good. And when it comes to having order, management, and structure in a household, having healthy diets, having healthy behaviors, having order, management, structure with everything you say, with everything you think, with everything you do. Do not curse. You stub your toe, what are you going to say? You're not going to say a curse word. Okay, you're going to say, I should have calculated that better. You know, and when it comes to the understanding of proper management with what you say that you had just a few moments to tell someone something. And in those few moments, you want to say something that you really deeply wanted to let them know. Just tell them, say, hey, I wanted to let you know that you really matter to my life, and you are such a miracle blessing, and you really deserve to have a good life. And I'm just going to pray that you are healthier in your life, and that you have order, that you have management, and that you have structure in your household and in your life. And remember, to have more management, to have more structure, is to set those roles in the household and to have that strictness with yourself. And if you have other people that lives in the household, have strictness with them as well. Okay, but it's a part of having a healthy household is to have order, management, and structure. Correct? If you have a child and you go in your child's room and you see that their bed is not made, that is a problem. You go into their room, you see stuff on the floor, that is a problem. You got to put your foot down and you tell them, you go up to them and you say, I seen your room just a moment ago, and that is absolutely unacceptable. You need to make sure the bed is made. Everything needs to be clean, neat, and organized. You cannot live with an imbalance in life. You have to make sure that you have order, management, and structure. Go clean your room and have everything clean, neat, and organized. Because if you lived in a mess, you would not be happy, and I want you to be happy. I, as a parent, want what is best for you, so go clean your room and go wash the sheets or dry the sheets. And you know, that's, you have to explain to the child why when you tell them to do something, or they'll just be like, ugh. And if they do not let them have an attitude, oh no, not that kind of, the rebellious is unacceptable. That would, you have to put your foot down. You need to focus them on honor roll. I mean, a B grade is unacceptable. Grades are very important. Correct? And when I think like when a person has a B or a C is unacceptable. Oh my goodness. That is terrible. Straight A's. Straight A's. No B's, no C's. And definitely not anything below. Anything below a C would get a whooping. Anything below a C would get discipline, most definitely. Privileges, taking everything. So when it comes to grades, that's something that puts management, but you have to be strict on those grades. And you tell them why. Now, how can, when there's a B, what do? Do not yell, do not get angry, right? When there is a B, what you do is you sit down with the child and say, what are you struggling with? Is there, ask questions. Now be like an investigator. Say, is there things distracting you? What is distracting you? Correct? And you're sitting, say that the child was sitting in the mid part of the classroom. What's distracting is the class clowns that are goofing off and stuff, right? And that's what caused that B. Or you would even find out that something ended up happening in school that ended up distracting the child and making it more difficult for the child to make that A as usual. So, making time to make education fun. So, for me, I make educational songs for children. And if you all have any recommendations, just let me know and put in the comment below. But if there's a child that has a B and you want them to have an A, ask them and say, do you know how this relates to life? And a lot of the times I think that they do not try as hard because they do not see the relevance that it has to life. They're like, how does this relevate? What does this have to do with my daily life? Correct? They think it's just completely irrelevant. But then there is always relevation to life. There's always relevation to education. Science is every day. You think about science every single day. The reason why I wear my blocker headphones is because the science of the sound waves come out from our mouth, the frequencies of vibration come out from our mouth and then bounce off of the walls, and we hear ourselves like 2 or 3 times back. And so the echo of the sound waves, and that's a part of science. When we imagine the sound waves coming out of our mouth, bouncing off the walls, coming back to us. Okay, and that's why we wear blocker headphones. The glasses is like, the electromagnetic spectrum. Sometimes colors or brightness of light can affect us. So we wear the glasses to tint the lighting and to even change the color. This is an orange tinted, so that means that would, with the color cones in the eyes, that would change the color. So when it comes to and I think we are doing very well, trying to summarize everything that is being said, but you can see this sort of like a podcasting as well. But when it comes to having relevance to education, education is life. You just have to find ways to relevate it. So a lot of the times why children are not getting those honor roll A pluses like we want them to is because they don't understand the relevance that it has to life. And so when you teach them, hey, this is more relevant than you think, then suddenly it just changes their view on everything, right? It changes the entire way that they look at it. They're like, oh my goodness, this is more relevant to life than I thought, right? And I'm not going to say any names, but there was a child that I was teaching about the relevance of mathematics, of how mathematics is in our daily life. We as a subconscious, we do not calculate our movements the way that our other side does. But we have to understand that that side of us calculates, details of movements, like the way that we blink, the way that we breathe, right? Things that we do. Those are very relevant things. And when you learn mathematics, you're thinking as a subconscious, well, I don't need to do that. I don't need to learn that. Well, guess what? Our other side does, that has to calculate certain things. But we as a subconscious are to aim to be like them, right? To be like the side that's so complex and thinks about the way that we grab something before we grab it. Like the handle gripping. Remember the math class, the sing-along song of the math class? We learned about how we calculate handle gripping. Why did we put the first finger at the top? Why did we not grip this at the bottom? Correct? And the way that we grip things, this is a good grip when we put our hand over top of this, or at the bottom when we grab that at the bottom. And what is better when we grab this at the bottom or the top? I think grabbing this at the bottom is more efficient. But you see, we think about the way that we grab things before we grab them. But as a subconscious side, I am an alternate being, so I can alternate my personalities. But as for a regular person, just usually stays at one personality, which is different for me because I learned about how to have alternate personalities. But as far as a normal person, they're just more of one personality. And when you learn about the details of the body and how there's different sides of everyone has different sides, right? Because you do not think about how to grab something before you grab it as a subconscious, but that's your other side that does that. And that's where the relevation of mathematics comes in, is when mathematics, your other side has to utilize that sense of mathematics to know how to particularly grab something at that precise calculation, correct? And that is a part of why we have to learn mathematics, and why we have to learn science is just like earlier, we was talking about the sound waves coming out of our mouth, the frequencies of vibration and the photons of light, the electromagnetic spectrum, and how that relevates to our daily life. And, when it comes to grades, if you have children, or if you're going to college, or if you're going to school, or if you're taking classes, do not take less than an A. Okay, those A grades are so important, because if you're on a roll, you're going to be accepted in so many universities. You're going to be accepted. They're literally going to beg for the honor roll creatures, correct? Because that's the kinds of things that those companies are looking for. That's the kinds of things that the universities are looking for. They're looking for those honor roll students. They're looking for those Mensa kinds of students. But to understand management, if you have kids, you definitely have to be strict on the grades. And strictness is not always yelling. Some people, they think of strictness and they think of yelling, but that's not the case. Okay, whoopings is the last resort. Okay, that's last resort. Lectures always have to be there. Never whoop without a lecture. Okay, that's fact. And the whooping's the last resort. Now, do I approve of whoopings? Well, not unless it's the last resort. And you have to give those lectures. Those lectures are extremely important, because they will remember those lectures for the rest of their life. Never whoop without a lecture. And also, and remember that whooping's the last resort. First, you do the lecturing. Parenting strategies is majorly important. Use different strategies in parenting. And that goes for children, but that also goes for yourself. Self-parenting. When you have self-parenting, self-discipline. Like in the example, doing at least 50 push-ups per snack and per meal has helped me do 150 push-ups just today alone. Okay, has that helped me? Absolutely. Absolutely. My 6-pack of abs is doing great. I mean, I've got a little bit of swelling. I've been constipated for the past few days, but as far as building that strength, you want to build muscles, because I'm getting older and my bones are getting more fragile as I grow old. So I have to get my bones to be strong so that when I get to that point, I'm not going to be weak. Okay? And some of the strongest people are the ones who attend daily to certain tasks, like exercising. But remember, not too less, not too much, but just as much as you can handle. Exceed a little bit of the limitations per day, and then you'll get better and better. At first, it started with just doing 20 push-ups per meal. And then once that was in routine, then suddenly push that to 50. And then after 50, well, it went from 20 to 40, then 40 to 50. And so that was a gradual process. And take that gradual process. And I know that you possibly ask, you're like, okay, this is how this is in my household, very different from your household. How can I improve my household in the management order and structure that is needed? And so a big part of that is having those requirements, having the management that is needed. And having those requirements, it can definitely improve your life. It can improve your health. It can improve the people around you. It can create the betterment of the future. And I know that a lot of people, there's some people that live like hoarders. And for the ones who do not know, hoarding is illegal. But hoarding is also a psychological disorder that some people have, because as everything passes them by in life, they want to cling on to whatever they can, right? But it's a sin, and some people have difficulties having order. There is certain things you have to say goodbye to. When it comes to hoarding, especially trash, you got to throw it away, right? Or donate. Do donations. Go through your clothes every season, and do not hoard too many clothes. You can keep a few extra outfits, just in case you have guests that need outfits, but do not have an overload of outfits. It's time to go through those outfits. You can either make a garage sale or something, or do a donation to something. But every season, which is usually every spring and every summer, everyone should go through all of their stuff, clothing wise and everything. Get rid of the things that they used to have, that they do not utilize anymore. And the example for me, I donate a lot of things to churches. I have before. I donated to the church before of lawn equipment. I donated furniture. I donated like a bunch of things. Then way before that, I donated like two 45-gallon totes of clothes. This was in another state, but I've donated a lot over the course of the years. Am I happy to do so? Absolutely. I cannot carry a bunch of stuff. You cannot have a bunch of stuff in life. You have to be lightweight. Just carry what you need. You don't need a lot of things. You just need a few things, then you take care of the planet from there. Correct? And make differences. But as far as hoarding, there's some people that do hoarding, and I do pray that people that have, kinds of difficulties will have order, management, and structure to say the management of what you have also needs to be there as well. So that means this summer coming up, I need to see a lot of garage sales. And perhaps people can also have some extra money from a garage sale. But as far as when you have things like garage sales and things, that also helps the community get together, right? You get to meet neighbors and things like that. And you can try that before donating. Say that you were just going to donate a bunch of clothes. Well, perhaps if you wanted your neighbors to get together or whatever, you can put up garage sale and put up a sign on the road that says garage sale and put your phone number or whatsoever, or say the day that it's going to be, so that people will be aware of when the garage sale will be, and put it on Facebook Marketplace as well. Like having things like that can help the community get together as well. So I pray that people will go through their things, have those garage sales, and just get the community together. It's wonderful when people get together. Now, I already had gotten rid of a bunch of things before. So I actually got a bigger house than the previous house that I had, and I got rid of a lot of things, and the wind is blowing, so the door just made a loud noise. But garage sales, I have the door open, so the wind is, I'm moving the door and stuff. But when it comes to having like sales of garage sales and things, I got rid of that big, huge chicken coop house, which was pretty nice actually. And I was upset that I got rid of that, but I'm actually glad that I did because it was taking up a lot of space. But I will have to get another one eventually, but just not now. It was actually good that I had gotten rid of that because I had to get a bigger building moved on the property. So as far as, and then I got rid of the appliance adoption e-bike that I had as well, which was practical appliance readoption. And there was a woman that did barrel racing that's very popular around here, and she just needed a little e-bike that could help her, go back and forth, and that was perfect for her. So glad that our robotic adoption had gotten a new home. And also I had gotten rid of a lot of clothings. I had a collection of different types of fanny packs. So I actually had given that to the church, and I gave a bunch of clothings to the church as well. So, I practice what I teach. Hello. I donate a lot. So I'm just saying that there's some people that are hoarders that never let go of things. They want to carry as much as they can with them throughout their life. But I'm telling you, that's not always the wisest decisions. Sometimes it's really good to have a lightweight of things, not too much of things. Like when I see people that have heavy furniture, that becomes a problem sometimes, right? Because that's like a bunch of furniture that is just too much to handle. Like in the example, in proper management, you want something foldable, something convenient, to where you can fold that back and have the space for, like, if you want to do yoga, if you want to do exercise. Like, why have a huge, heavy furniture when you can have something foldable and convenient? So that's just an example. Like, say that you wanted to get rid of your heavy furniture so you can get foldable and convenient things. That is a really good thing to do, because then that could, bring more comfort, and that also can help a new type of lifestyle, that could help you improve in life and help you save money, have more money for other things that you need. And for me, I really like to have foldable, convenient things. I do not like to have heavy furniture. That makes it really difficult to, rearrange. I want like lightweight furniture that's easy to rearrange. And I do not want a big house. I just want a small house so I can have a big farm. And everyone is different. Everyone is different, and that's okay to be different. But I'm saying that when it comes to hoarding stuff, right? That's not healthy to hoard, is it? No. So what I'm saying is just have proper management with the things that you have. Do like garage sales or do donations to a church that could help other people in need, right? And having order, management, and structure to a household is what this episode is about. And so having management also is like the type of furniture that you have. If you love to rearrange, if you love to have more space, then you know that heavy furniture is sort of getting in the way, right? So let's try some foldable and convenient furniture that's affordable. In the example, I got this sofa like a long time ago, only for $120, and I'll show the example here. So I got this foldable, this is a sofa that folds out into a bed as well. And that was only $120 at thehomedepot.com. I do get a lot of things from Temu, but that is amazing. $120 for a PU leather sofa, right? That folds out into a bed. That's pretty amazing. That's pretty cool, versus a huge sofa that's taking up a bunch of room that's not lightweight to move around. Like, that's less than 50 pounds of a sofa that can hold, I'm pretty, big, but not that heavy. But I don't know how much that weight that can carry. But what I'm saying is I think that can carry up to 300 pounds just by assumption. But you can look up, the Home Depot website yourself, or Temu, which is amazing as well. They do have things like that on Temu, for the ones that do not know. And Temu is growing. Temu is great. But as far as the understanding, that's my favorite website to shop on, by the way. I used to do Walmart.com until Walmart.com just completely, they were very disrespectful to me. And they practically stopped allowing me to shop on Walmart.com. And it was totally unlawful for them to do that. But Temu definitely dominated Walmart.com. And it was their loss. It really was. But as far as furniture that's lightweight, that's just an example of lightweight furniture. If you're the type of person that likes to make room for doing yoga, doing exercises, right, and then you can convert one room into many rooms by having furniture that's convertible, that's foldable, that's convenient. Just giving that as an example for management of a household. And or say that you wanted to put different activities in a room, you could do that if you could make the furniture more foldable, more convenient, more affordable as well. Because $120 for a sofa versus a $300 to $500 fabric sofa, right? Fabric is just nasty. And fabric soaks and absorbs different kinds of smelly stuff. It smells really bad. You become numb to what it smells like. right? Over time it can get stained. With PU leather, that does not get stained because that's PU leather. You can just wipe that off and it's more sanitary to have. And just giving that as an example. But what I'm saying is people that do hoarding and stuff, hoarding is unacceptable. You can do yard sales, donations of things that you do not utilize anymore. You have to put in your mind there's a time for everything. There's a time to let go of certain things that you do not need, and there's a time to keep what you really need, right? But there's some things that you do not need as much, and you have to, you know, start over on your wardrobe, or start a new wardrobe, or donate the wardrobe you have, and just keep a few of your outfits. Like for me, I only have a few outfits. I actually do not have a lot of outfits. And I donated the rest to the church ministry because I really do not need a lot of outfits, right? I got this new wardrobe that suits me more, that says I will walk by faith even when I cannot see. I think that is a very big, important type of clothing that represents me more. And then the rest was donated to the church. So I recommend people to do that. And I only have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only have like 9 outfits, maybe. Somewhere around there. And I do not like to have too many clothings. I do not like to have too many shoes. I only have the boots and the Croc shoes, which is sort of like Crocs called Time and True. No, got that on Temu. And I do not like to have too many shoes. I like to have just some Croc shoes or something sort of like Crocs, and then boots, and that's it. That's all I need, is just my house shoes and my outside shoes. And you know, some people, they have like an overloaded amount of shoes. We'll donate to the church ministry. Like the boots that I had before, I donated to the church ministry, right? I donated some other shoes to the church ministry. That's really great because, you know, people in need could really you know, utilize those shoes, and that can make opportunities for others. And I'm just telling people, like, why have, like, when it comes to hoarders, sometimes people do hoarder stuff and like it's not as noticeable as the big huge hoarders, right? But it's like, why have 50 pairs of shoes? That's just like a little too much. Too many shoes. Why have 50 pairs of outfits when you could just have a few outfits and be fine? So for me, I have a lot of management, a lot of order, and I do pray that people this year needs to be the best year ever. And spring and summertime is coming up. That's the time of garage sales. That's the time of donations. And also with some places that you donate to, like I donated a 45-gallon tote of clothing back in 2022 to the Goodwill. So Goodwill donates that to like something like the Habitat of Humanity, or like HUD Housing, and or that the Habitat of Humanity donates to the HUD Housing. I think I did donate to them as well. But when it comes to heavy furnitures and things, like I remember back when I had heavy furniture, and I'm like, why did I ever get heavy furniture? It was like, so, like, I would rather have foldable furniture, right? It's very convenient. I can move that around. It's like, you know, not heavy and not too much of a hindrance. I can fold it and I can turn the room into anything. That's the kind of furniture that I like. And not everybody's like that. Some people like to have heavy furniture. I do not know why. That's just like, but another thing is, like, some people hoard things and they don't realize that they hoard things. And so, you know, maybe you could just like see, do I have like more shoes than what I actually wear? If so, if I donated that, would that make a difference? Yes, that could make a difference. Or if you sold your shoes on a garage sale or something, you know, you just make a sign saying garage sale, and then say the day and the time on the sign, stick it out there on the road so that everybody will know, and then put a Facebook Marketplace post on there saying garage sale or something. But listen, this episode is about order management and structure. So I just want to go back over all of this on this podcast today. Having order management and structure goes with your lifestyle, right? Set the rules of the household. No sin, do not desire sin, focus on your goals, embrace your talents. Okay, then the roles of the household also comes with certain things like you have to accomplish your chores before you can do certain things. No watching TV, no playing video games until you have finished your chores, correct? And then before you eat a meal, you have to do at least 20 to 50 push-ups. For me, 50 push-ups. For you, you can start out with 20 push-ups, or you can start out with the exercise. But it's always important to have a requirement before you eat, because you want to gain that muscle. And so with those kinds of rules, that helps to put management and order in a household. Another thing that puts order in a household is making sure you're not hoarding. Okay, also abiding by safety measurements as well, you know, keeping the space clear and clean of any hazards, correct? And making sure you're not having any safety violations. But also having order and management, excellent processing is managing the time. Everything you say, everything you think, and everything you do makes an impact. The empowerment can help a lot of people. Once this is posted, this could go out to a bunch of people, so you can imagine the impact of that. Some people need these kinds of lectures. This is what I would call the order management and structure lecture that some people never hear a day in their entire life. So I do find this pretty important. But when it comes to also having order management and structure in your household, it goes for your words, for your thoughts, then also management of the type of furniture that you have, or the type of, or how many things you have. Do not hoard. If you have a bunch of things, just try to say, okay, I could donate to the Habitat for Humanity, I could donate to the Goodwill, I could donate to the church, I could you know, come up with this garage sale and actually sell some of the items so that I could have like a little bit of extra money. Or you can, you know, have, and there should be a lot of garage sales this year in that case, but also with order management and structure in life, there's all kinds of people that live different kinds of lifestyles. And so some people are just saying, I want to change my lifestyle. I want to improve my lifestyle, but how can I do that? And I'm telling you all, this is just a few things of how you can do that. But it's up to your decisions. You know, it's up to you to have strictness to yourself and to the things that surround you. And so we're just going to say a prayer now. We pray that everyone will have order, management, and structure in life. We pray that all the children and the adults will have honor roll classes, straight A's, not accepting B's or anything lower, but the straight A honor roll behavior. And it's like if every day was a class, then we need to ace that class. We need to have straight A's and honor roll. So we just pray for all the children, for all the adults to have honor roll. Our purpose is to balance and purify all of existence and the quintillions of things that exist, as well as to honor one another as well as ourselves. So I do pray that people will keep in mind the impacts that they can make to others, and as well as their have self-love. But I do pray for everyone to have order, management, and structure, and also to have healthy diets. Never consume in your body into which is harmful to you. If something has a harmful ingredient, do not get that. And actually, you all remember how I used to eat the KIND meals? I was completely unaware that it has amaranth in it, which is illegal. Listen, illegal in the United States of America. And if you do not check those ingredients, sometimes you'll just skip over the ingredients. The KIND meals were vegan, gluten-free, and low sugar. But I never imagined it to have a cancer-causing ingredient that is illegal in the United States of America. And that's another reason I myself should have checked those ingredients. And I just did not think they would have an ingredient that is literally illegal in this country and somehow got through. Does not make sense how that got through, but that did. And so I get Lara bars now, which is vegan, gluten-free, and low sugars, and it does not have that ingredient in there. It has only a few ingredients. And it's always important to thoroughly check those ingredients, and if there's anything that's harmful in those ingredients, do not consume it. I know I will never get those KIND meals ever again. It has a cancer-causing ingredient in that. That is illegal in this country. What are they doing putting ingredients like that? Who knows what other ingredients in the products that people get in their everyday life that they have no idea that some of those ingredients are cancer causing. But when it comes to management of a household, what you consume into your body is a big, big part of that. So I pray that everyone has healthy eating, only consume into which is healthy for you, and embracing your talents, trying journalism. Journaling is so healthy. I love to journal. And in fact, I need to do more of that because there's a new song album coming up very soon. Oh, thank goodness. Yay. I know you all are so excited. But when it comes to order, when it comes to management, when it comes to structure in life, I just pray that everyone has that order, management, and structure that they need in their life. And this is the long podcast lecture for you all of how to have more order, management, and structure to your household and your life. And remember, do not allow those bad things. If something is in the networks that is bad, you have to address it. You say, look, we need to have order managed. Say this after me. Say, we need to have, say, we need to have order, management, and structure. Now it's your turn. Say that. We need to have order, management, and structure. Very good. And we do not allow bad things. Bad things. So we'll say that all together again. We need to have order, management, and structure. And we do not allow bad, harmful things. Now it's your turn. You say it. We need to have order, management, and structure. And we do not allow bad, harmful things. Punctuation. Keep it in your mind for the rest of your life, brave warriors. You have to have a list of topics. Have a list of topics. Math, social studies, science, your goals of the day, going over the things that you have in your day, doing journalism, art, music, studying more, and how you can improve your life, how you can improve your lifestyle, rearranging the furniture or even changing your style, doing something a little different, just to spice things up a little bit. And those are the kinds of things that can make your life better. And just praying for everyone. Praying for you, brave warriors, because your life matters and you can make a very big difference. And remember to subscribe to be a part of the Fan Family Foundation forever, brave warriors. See you all soon. And remember, you can go back over this episode and listen to this as many times as you would like to. And that's the fun part about online teaching. Take care of yourself, stay healthy, and invest wisely, and subscribe to be a part of the Fan Family Foundation. And if you know someone who really needs this kinds of lecture in their life, just promote this episode. If someone is seriously in need to learn about order management and structure and just needs that self-discipline or the strictness or the understanding of what kind of lifestyle they could live, you can go ahead and share this episode with them. And or promote this, and perhaps I can go out to that kind of person that needs that. But you all take care of yourself, stay healthy, invest wisely, and stay tuned for the upcoming music album that is going to be coming up very soon. I know you all are super excited. Take care of yourself, stay healthy.